The Mahindra Thar has achieved a cult status among SUV buyers as a true blue 4x4 off-roader. However, since the arrival of the new Gen Thar, it has become more of a lifestyle vehicle and the needs of the newest Thar buyers are slightly different.
Since its launch in 2020, Mahindra has sold over 80,000 units of the Thar. Now, that is a 10x growth in sales compared to the previous gen model. But the company says there are several customers who want the Thar for its design and standout appeal and intend to use it more on-road rather than off-road, and by that extension do not need a 4x4 system. And it is for those customers that company has now launched this, the Mahindra Thar rear-wheel drive. Now, along with a 2-liter petrol engine, this one comes with a new smaller 1.5-liter CRDE diesel engine, and both models do not come with a 4x4 system. So let's get to know a bit more about them. Now, before we get ahead in the video, do subscribe to the channel, press the bell icon so you do not miss an update from us, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.
Apart from the fact that this Thar is a rear-wheel drive vehicle, the biggest change is the addition of the smaller 1.5-liter diesel engine. So first and foremost, let's get behind the wheel and know how it drives.
So the Thar we are driving today comes with a 1.5-liter diesel engine, which is a CRDE motor, and it makes about 117 brake horsepower at around 3000 rpm, whereas the torque output stands at 300 Newton meters, which is achieved from 1750 rpm and goes up to 2500 rpm. Now, compared to the 4x4 version, the torque output remains the same. There's no change in that, and that is a plus point for the SUV because there's immense pulling power in the lower revs, and you quite enjoy it when you're driving, even when in city traffic as well as driving on rough roads. As for power output, it has come down a bit, but it is not very noticeable because even the weight of the SUV has come down because there's no 4x4 system. Mahindra hasn't shared the weight numbers with us yet, but yeah, there is the weight reduction has happened, and that compensates for the lack of power. As for transmission duties, you get a 6-speed manual gearbox over here, which is standard, which sends power to the rear wheels. Whereas the petrol version, which gets the same 2-liter petrol turbocharged petrol as the 4x4 Thar, comes with an automatic transmission as standard. So there's no manual for the petrol and no automatic for the diesel. In terms of ride handling, the Thar performs as you would expect it to be. It handles all the undulations on the road pretty nicely, even though there is no 4x4 system. But yeah, the ride is a bit bumpy. It's a ladder-on frame chassis, so there is a bit of body roll. In fact, that is very much noticeable. But yeah, the car performs nicely, and it's powerful enough and it's peppy, fun to drive. But yeah, I am not too happy with the gearbox though, because it feels clunky. It doesn't feel that smooth enough, especially when you are moving from first to second and second to third.
Visually, the new Thar rear-wheel drive looks identical to the 4x4 version. You continue to get that retro design with flat surfaces, long bonnet, round headlamps, LED daytime running lights and LED tail lights. Mahindra is also offering the same 18-inch 5-spoke alloy wheel shod with all-terrain tires. There are also no changes in dimensions whatsoever. What's missing though is the 4x4 badging on the right rear fender.
Now I'm inside the cabin of the Mahindra Thar RWD, and compared to the 4x4 version, things look very similar over here. You still get this all black cabin with a 4-seater layout, and you get that same infotainment system along with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and you get the same instrument cluster as well that gets an MID display. Everything looks very similar to the 4x4 version, but what has changed though is right now here you get a new cubby hole instead of the 4x4 lever which used to be in the other model, and the buttons on this side besides the steering wheel have also been repositioned, and so some of them are missing because this does not get the 4x4 system anymore. Mahindra has also added an idle start-stop system, so that should improve the fuel efficiency of the vehicle. And apart from that, everything looks very similar to the 4x4 Thar.
In terms of safety, the Thar still holds a 4-star crash rating from Global NCAP, along with features like dual airbags, ABS, ESP, built-in roll cage, 3-point seat belts for all passengers, along with hill hold and hill descent controls. The introduction of the rear-wheel drive Thar certainly makes this SUV a lot more accessible to a wider range of buyers. While on one hand it has become lighter and more efficient, on the other hand it is still peppy and fun to drive. Furthermore, the smaller diesel engine and the Thar's sub-4 meter length has also allowed Mahindra to take advantage of the excise benefits, and with a package like this, Mahindra is likely to find a lot of takers for the SUV.